everybody, and welcome back to Break Time Conversations, a YouTube channel where I have conversations with people who are doing very, very interesting things in the education space. I meet so many of these inspiring people every day, and so I decided to document my conversations with them here so that you also can hear their stories and the amazing work that they do. I'm here today with Manvel Alur, who is the CEO and founder of Environmental Synergies in Development, also known as NSide, a not-for-profit organization in Bangalore, and this was established in 2003. She has over 25 years of experience in integrated corporate sustainability, multi-stakeholder collaborations, energy, and management and climate change. So apart from all this, she's somebody who I know for many, many years. Her daughter and my daughter have been friends from grade one. So this is going to be a bit of a shift from just chatting about life and sleepover dates and play dates from those days. We're going to try and have a serious conversation here. So Manvel, to start off, why don't you tell us about NSide and how you got started?
Sure. Hey, thanks, Anupa. Nice to actually connect with you on something quite different. Looking forward to seeing where this conversation will take us. How did I start NSide? I've always been in the environmental space. I've been working for the last 30 years in environment and kind of a hard, thoroughbred environmentalist in that sense, because did both my bachelor's and my master's in environmental studies. So it kind of was a natural fallout after doing many years of consultancy, working for different organizations, doing different kinds of projects, and all of that. Decided to do something which is a little bit more local, and I felt would have a lot more local impact. And that's when I decided, okay, let me try and start this organization. Of course, it started off as a consulting organization for many years, and then I kind of converted and got the paperwork done so that it is a NGO in 2016.
That's so cool. So I just recently saw one of your posts on LinkedIn about an experiential environmental education initiative. So would you like to tell us more about that? Since this is a space where we're talking about education and kids and things like that, why don't you tell us more about that?
Sure. So basically, that program is called Planeteers, and as you know, Planeteers was something in an offshoot from the Captain Planet, and there was some some cartoon programs that came up, and it was something that we felt kind of resonated with what we believe that students and children today should kind of imbibe, in the sense that take on the spirit of being superheroes in the space of environment, in that sense, right? Take on the challenge and become stewards of the environment, in a sense. So that's how we started the program. But the fun part about the program is that it's completely, as it says, experiential, as you said, where students really have to implement projects. Prior to this pandemic, it was in the institutions that they were in. So in the schools and colleges, they actually implemented projects. And now, of course, with the current situation, they also do this at home. So it could be anything in the space of energy, or that's climate change, water, and waste. And they have to implement these projects at home. So the idea is to take these homes and institutions to a more sustainable practice. And the students get involved in doing it completely. It's completely their project. We mentor them, and they kind of implement at a minimum 3 projects. And they love it because it's something hands-on. They're learning the core problems of environment, but they're also becoming part of that solution, which is really what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I think it's so important we all get really excited and start something, but to sustain it is difficult, right? And so Absolutely. I remember my dad used to always say, if you want to bring a change, just bring that change in the child, because that child, has the ability to change the family and hopefully will grow up with these, everything that they learn. So is this initiative something that is already up and running?
Yeah, we've been doing this for the last 6 years now.
Oh, nice. So can schools reach out to you, and how does it work?
Yeah, definitely, because we have, so we either take schools or colleges. So it starts from grade 5 onwards, upwards to the first, the last set of students that we take are undergrad, because beyond that, they've gone into a different space. So from fifth grade right up to the first, first undergrad kind of program. And colleges reach out to us, students reach out to us. We have long-term MOUs with institutions as well, where every incoming batch kind of undergoes this sensitization program. So the structure is that the students have a 1 month interaction with us, where the first week they do understand about waste and water, waste, and then the second is on water, and then the third is on energy. And in each of these 3 weeks, they implement these projects, and the last week is evaluation and presentation, and kind of going through that. But alongside all of that is this mentorship. So the colleges reach out to us. They have a sign-in program. And any number of students can join. We have a certain number that we put in a batch, and then we conduct the program online.
That's amazing. Is there something that we need to worry about going back to the sustainability and the environment? I mean, I know we keep reading a lot of stuff out there, but since you're the expert, maybe you can tell us what we have to worry about.
Oh gosh, I don't know where to start with that one, because
Yeah, I can imagine. So something that we can apply to our daily lives.
yeah, so I think this is where I kind of come back to the students and the individuals really. So when you're walking on the street, when you're going from point A to point B, going home or going to school, coming back, wherever it might be, right? What do you see that bothers you? And is it enough to just to say, it bothers me? Can you then say, okay, if it's bothering me, then what can I do about it? And I think that's where our program kind of focuses its energies. uh, we start a lot of these programs with taking the students through a journey. So if you're going from your home to your grandmother's place, what kind of what do you see along the way? And largely students will talk about waste, because that's something that's very visible. So the waste management issues are very visible, especially in cities like Bangalore. So that's usually comes up as the top issue. And then you have, of course, there's no greenery. There's water leaking everywhere. There's this, it's stinking with the stormwater drains are stinking. So there are problems that even people identify on a daily basis. So then we kind of mentor them, okay, like what can you do about it? What can you as an individual, where can you start kind of trying to solve that problem? So yeah, I think the problems are just too many for me to list out, but I think it really depends on what you feel strongly about, right? I mean, and what you see in and around you, and kind of just taking that up for action.
That's a great place to start with yourself. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Mana, as we come to the end of our conversation, I just want to ask you that I have seen a couple of these organizations around who are working with the environment and working with kids or whatever. How would you say NSide is different from the other organizations?
Good question. I mean, how do we feel we're different? Is that we are looking at solutions involving communities. So if the solution does not involve the community, in terms of not just in terms of providing the solution to the community, but the community becomes part of that. So, for example, we have our electronic waste program, or our unused expired medicine program, or our climate change programs, which includes, urban afforestation. In all of these programs, the community becomes the first point of contact. So we do a large scale education, large scale awareness, and then we roll on the solutions. So understanding how these communities are going to behave, to that problem, and therefore we design it according to that. So I think that's the differentiator, and we see it end to end. And hopefully, as we go along, we're still a young organization in that sense. We're only 6 years old. We'll be able to see more entrepreneurial kind of aspects coming into making our programs more sustainable. So I think that's really our differentiator.
That's amazing. And to all the viewers, I'll put all the links to all these different programs in the description box so you can please reach out to them. So, Mana, before we end, is there a message for all of us and for everyone who might be listening?
I have so many messages, but I think the key would be that, just really understand what your personal impact to the environment is, and really feel conscious, take conscious effort to kind of say, that it's not someone else's problem. This is my world, my place, and I really want to do something different about it. So try and feel the ownership of that, of a problem and the solution as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. I mean, I'm guilty of that. I know that I'm always thinking, okay, that's somebody else's problem. I mean, the oceans or the whatever. There's no ocean near me. But yes, we need to take ownership, and that cliche that keeps going around, there's no planet B. So, that we really need to believe that. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so thank you. Thank you, Mana. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for this
Anupa. Thank you for this.
conversation, and all the best, and hope that through you, our environment can become a better place.
Thank you so much. Look forward to any interaction that comes from this.
Yes. Okay. Thank you again. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.